That's fine. I don't want to anymore.
Now it's stupid. Okay. Here we go. Welcome to Going Against Podcast, a podcast but we haven't quite decided yet, but we're going to keep doing it anyway. I'm Colby.
And I'm a robot that was taught specifically to give butt exams. But you can call me Fee.
Jesus, so it's like a what is it called? Like a prostate?
A prostate exam.
Yeah.
I was thinking like proctology, but is that wrong?
No, I think that's right. I think that's just buttology, if you will.
I'm a buttologist.
Yeah, but a robot buttologist.
Exactly.
Because you were like, maybe you were like really good in your field, and you were like, you know what? I'm really sick of fingering ass now. I've just somebody else gotta.
Someone's got to do this, not me. And this robot was built with the extra long fingers.
They're extra long, a little spindly. They curve. It's great.
Little cameras on the end.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. I don't know. I said that at work to myself the other day, and I wrote it down. I was like, "That's good."
Yeah, he said they're gonna love this.
I was like, "Everyone's gonna love this." Anyway, ass robots aside, we're live today. I mean, not yet.
Now, as you listen to this, we're not sitting in a room talking to you, but no, we're in the same room together, which is probably why the audio definitely sounds different and is definitely less clean.
Yeah,
and you may hear my dog yelling that he can't get in here.
He's been yelling all day.
He's saying.
Yeah, no, I may be in your room. That may be it. We're live.
Yeah, listen, yeah. The two are not exclusive. You could be listening to this, and Fee could be in your room. We don't know.
There's, it correlates.
Yeah, the two, if you're listening to this, you have a higher probability of having Fee in your room. It's true. Fee actually drives around and just, like, puts his ear out the window of the car and just listens, and he's like, ooh, I gotta get in there.
I think
they're gonna love this.
I forgot. We said something about that yesterday. Someone was live on GDQ.
Yeah.
And they were in Austin. I was like, okay, so Colby's wife, we're like, hey, you stay here, and when you hear me and Colby driving around screaming, tell us when we're near.
If you hear us on the stream, we'll know that we're next to this guy, and then we'll go and knock on his door, and then we'll be on GDQ.
We won't dox him. We just want to break in and just scare him.
we just want to say hi. What's so wrong with that? Just in case you don't know, GDQ stands for Games Done Quick. It's It's James Done Quick.
Everyone named James. We do them quick.
Do it as quick as possible. It happens twice a year. It's once in the summer, once in the winter.
And he hates it.
Boy, does James hate it. All Jameses. Most Jameses. Some Jameses really like it, though. Some Jameses are deeply into it.
I don't know. I only know one guy named James, and I don't think he'd like it.
Yeah, I know two, and I don't think the other one would either. But there's probably at least some nasty Jameses out there, right? Like, there's got to be at least a few.
some freaks.
Some real nasty boys.
Nasty. They're just sitting on the bed waiting for it.
Yeah, but they do speed runs all week and raise money for people. And yeah, they're doing like a hybrid thing because this used to be in person. It's been digital for the past, I think, 3 or 4 of them, and then this was their first one back in person. But it was hybrid, so some people showed up in person and some people were doing it out like at their house and just like sending video in. So
yeah, it was very good. I tried to stay awake during most of it, but I couldn't. I'm a little sleepy boy.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it too because you like came from work and then went home and came here, right? Like,
so here's the thing, and you know this, but they don't.
Mm-hmm.
I was at work all night. We didn't have any ships. We didn't have any people coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I went to sleep at midnight. I woke up at 5. It wasn't straight sleep. I woke up every once in a while, and my sleep was bad because I sleep in a chair. And, like, I sleep like this, so sometimes I'm just like...
you can't see this. Fee is, like, slumping down, and his chin is touching his chest, like...
Yeah, I actively put my beanie over my head, and, like, I do this number, and, like, every once in a while my neck will hurt, so I'm like, oh, I gotta move. And it's bad.
Yeah, it's not the most restful sleep. Imagine if you're trying to sleep, like, on an airplane. That's basically how Fee sleeps. at work. Which, like, to be fair, when you hear, oh yeah, I get to sleep at work, you're like, oh damn, like you're imagining that Fee's like laying down in a bed.
Yeah,
I'm getting all comfy.
Yeah, this is great. No, I'm in full uniform, in shoes, with my hat, and I lean back in a chair in the most uncomfortable sleep you've ever seen. And I've thought about this, buying a neck pillow to like alleviate that. That would. But it would be weird for me to walk into work and be like, "Hey guys," I'm like, "Fucking
with your neck pillow." Yeah,
they're like, "What's that for?" Oh, yeah, I've been having neck problems.
Yeah, it's my neck brace. It looks an awful lot like an airplane pillow. Nah,
no, what?
No. I mean, sleeping here? Crazy.
I wouldn't be caught dead sleeping here. Speaking though, my boss did catch me.
Speaking of, my boss did die. Speaking of being caught dead at work, my boss died.
He got caught dead at work.
He got fired as a result.
No, he did catch me sleeping that day, but he was like, "Hey, I did catch you sleeping, but on a normal day this would be bad. But today there's no one here, so it's fine."
It's fine. Hey, don't do it again though. And you're like, "Oh, I won't." Fucking fingers crossed in front of him.
Yeah, I'm doing this at him.
Wink. You're like winking at him.
He's like, "What? I don't know if I should believe you."
You're sounding more and more unreliable. Is this the same one that told you how he met his wife?
Oh my god, this is him. So I was talking to Colby last night. We're watching GQ, and I don't know what prompted this story, but I was telling him that my boss is like a compulsive liar, because I think we were talking about like compulsive liars. Mm-hmm. So my boss, he told me the story about how he met his wife this one time. And I know it was a lie because it sounded too stupid to be true.
That's how you know. If somebody ever tells you a story and you go, "Wow, that sounds dumb," just say it. Just be like, "That's too dumb to be true." For sure, you're lying to me.
The thing is, I can't do that because A, he's my boss, and B, like, I need the job. So, and so I was just like, "Oh, okay,
cool,
man. That's a tale." So here's the story. So I don't know what prompted the story. But we were all outside. We were all just chilling. Me, him, and another coworker who was filling in that day. And they were talking about, I think, dancing. I think, are cheating on girlfriends because, of course, I told him that what happened in my life. Mm. And he's like, "Oh, well, I met my wife cheating as well." And then I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, a normal story. This is a normal occasion." No. So apparently he went to a club. And his now wife was working there at the bar. And I guess they were having some, like, dance circle. And this is, like, back then. He's, like, 26, I think. And he said back in the day he used to be a break dancer. Mm-hmm. Keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. So he went to this bar and they were having, like, I guess a dance circle?
Yeah, like Like the 2010 to 2019 era dance circles that you totally have in bars
in a club down in South Texas. Mm-hmm. And he was like, there was these professional dancers there, and they were all dancing, and they had a circle. And then I joined in, him, not me, him. Yeah, him. He's like, I joined in, and everyone was like ecstatic, and they were like looking at me, and I was fucking busting it to the song that they were playing. And then that's when his now wife just, what's it called? She swooned over this dance.
Yeah, she said, "Ooh, this man showed up and he's stolen my heart."
Dude, he cut a rug right to my heart. So he's like, yeah. So he's like, I danced, and then we talked, and we left it at that. And then I guess a couple of days later, I caught her at her part-time job at some restaurant, and she was like, "Hey, you're the guy that was dancing really good." And
yeah, like, just imagine he goes in to go eat alone at this Applebee's, and then from across the restaurant, fucking like an ostrich poking its head up out of the sand. Fucking his future wife is like, "Is that the breakdancer?
Is that the guy that was dancing really good and everyone clapped?"
Fucking everyone clapped.
Yeah, everyone cheered. And he I guess they talked, and she was like, "I'm actually, I have a fiance." And then I guess they came up to a deal that they were just going to be like friends with benefits, and he was okay with that. And then he was like, "But then I got her pregnant," so she broke it off with her then fiance, and then we got married, and then that's how I met your mother.
See, the first time you told me this, I guess I didn't really grasp that he's 26, because this sounds like something that could have happened in like the early 90s.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I was breakdancing. I just saw it on Roundhouse, and I did the spin-a-rooney outside in the Chili's parking lot, and you know, we were next to the Black Eyed Pea, and she fucking walked outside.
Yeah, I was there in the club with my what do they wear, that fucking that sweat gear?
I was wearing my Puma suit.
Yeah, I was in my sweatpants, my fucking jacket, and my bowl fucking hat. And they were in a circle, and then I saw an opening, and I moonwalked in. And like, this is, I don't know if I had a look of disgust on my face when he told me this. like this motherfucker.
Yeah, it was crazy. You know, the song, it was right when CDs first came out, and it kept skipping on this one part, and I was doing the spin-a-rooney. I just had to keep spin-a-rooneying for 20 minutes straight.
I did an 18-spin head spin, and all the girls' panties dropped.
Just immediately, moisture. We all knew.
That's why my moonwalk was so good. The floor was just moist with juices.
Jesus Christ. They saw me coming in, and all of a sudden the floor was shiny. We all knew what happened. We all knew.
Even better, like he gets to the club, he opens the door, the music stops, and then he fucking break dances into the circle, and like the spotlight, fucking, oh my god.
He's trying to break into the circle, but they're not trying to let him in. Then he fucking Eddie Gordo Capoeiras them out of the way.
He gets a running start and back handsprings over them. but then as there's people there that noted that this isn't true. There's people that noticed that the fiance, who was their friend, was noticing his fucking sick moves, and they were like, "We don't like you here," so he broke dance fought them.
It was amazing. He almost got attempted murder, but he talked his way out of it.
And Vanilla Ice was there, and he did a song on the spot, fucking of his exploits, like fucking TMNT 2.
This is when Vanilla Ice was relevant. I promise. This is a good get. You should be impressed by this.
God, fucking, oh my. Some of the people I work with are just, I don't know who they're bragging to. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, they're talking to me and my coworker, but I don't know why they're, like, bragging, lying.
Yeah.
I don't want to say lying because I don't know for sure, but it sounds too stupid to be real.
Yeah.
I mean, they do say sometimes, you know, the fact is stranger than fiction, but come on.
Yeah, I'm really on the fence about that. Because it really does seem like, listen, it was one passionate breakdance night, and I thought that was what it was gonna be, but then fate brought her back to me.
It just so happened that it was 80s night, and I was in my breakdance gear. I'm like, God, I was like, shut the hell up. And like, the thing he's not like an overweight guy, so you could be like, okay, well, maybe he broke dance or whatever. That's, you know, plausible.
Yeah.
But like, if you've met him, you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah, this doesn't sound right at all.
I'm like, well, why don't you do some moves for me? He's like, oh, I haven't danced in so long.
I'm all stiff. I can't.
I couldn't do it on uniform. There's cameras everywhere.
Listen, they're gonna fire me if they see me, if they catch me dancing. You know, because we work for the Church of Christ, and that's a sin.
This is gonna be like fucking one of those college movies. The fucking dean gets you in.
We saw you breakdancing, son.
Look, we saw you breakdancing on a fucking property. What do you have to say for yourself? And he fucking spin-a-roonies on the chair.
He fucking does the worm out the window.
Off the table, fucking worms and backflips onto the fucking thing, and he's just like, he's just like, you gotta catch me if you want to fire me. And he just, he's open the door and he's like, Rodriguez!
I want to fire him, but he has to sign this paper. That would be great if that's how jobs work.
That's the way to get out of being fired.
Yeah, if that's how every job worked, they're like, hey, like at that point they have to like start like tricking you into signing your pink slip. They're like, hey, just your performance hasn't been. And as soon as they say that, you fucking start running. They're like, get him! Lock the doors!
God, you gotta fight your way out of being fired. That's the exploit.
Yeah, I'm on the run. Oh yeah, what'd you do that was illegal? Nothing. I'm trying to not get fired right now. They're trying to track me down. I keep getting paychecks.
And they really hate it. I keep showing up to work and it's just a fight.
Apparently, from what I understand in Japan, it's really rare that you get fired from a job. It's more common that everybody agrees that you shouldn't work there anymore, and then they just give you more and more stuff to do and discipline you more until you leave yourself. They're like, listen, this company is great, and you are not working hard enough. You're like a stupid piece of shit, and you need to like get all of your work done in the next 2 hours. And then in 2 hours, they're like, wow, of course, fucking failure comes and fails again. And they're like, so you're gonna quit, right? You're gonna get out of here, right?
You're gonna quit because you're doing a really bad job and no one likes you.
Oh,
right?
man.
Oh no, I gotta pay my rent. Well, go do it somewhere else. Live on the street, you big uggy.
That's what I imagine is like. I imagine in like Japanese society, like for Japanese people, they're probably like, oh god, yeah, you're right. Like I really should just go get another job. I'm picking up on the signals. You don't want me here anymore. I'll leave and find another job. But like I would love if like an American foreigner's like, nah, I work here. No. You fire me. You have the courage to say it to my face. And they're that's not in my blood.
Tell me I'm fired. Do it. Do it. Just
they're like, I guess he's not fired. I can't fire him. I keep trying.
Look, I didn't say the F word. I'm just I don't want you to be here.
Yeah, you don't want to be here. Your performance isn't that great. Oh, then why'd you say them words, huh?
Wait, he's talking back to the supervisor.
Supervisor's like, shit, what do I do?
I'm kind of scared of him now.
He's bullying me. Every time I try to follow him, I fire him, he bullies me. I think I'm gonna quit now.
And then he quits and that guy becomes
a supervisor. That's how you move up in a company in Japan, is you just keep being like, no, I'm not fired, you're fired. And they go, I guess I'm fired now. I don't know.
That's like a sitcom I'd watch on Netflix. God. Yeah, no, I don't know why people lie. I don't know who they're trying to impress, especially, like, I know it's my coworkers and I see them often, but, like, they think if they, like, lie to me that I'll be like, man, that guy's fucking cool.
Wow, damn. That guy's pretty sweet, yeah. Like, if he ever calls and asks me to cover his shift, I'll say yes for free.
Yeah, he's a good dancer, and that's how he got his wife.
He's a good... He deserves his break more than I do. What, you going to a dance competition?
You gonna go serve some people? No, fucking... living in South Texas and working IRL with weird people like with that personality is weird.
Yeah.
But it happens more than you'd think. I don't think it's just a Texas thing because like I've had people do that in the past.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean I had a guy in college that would do that all the time. His name we called him Big Matt or Fat Matt. Either's fine. And we would Jesus, Miles, my dog just came in here with a wrapper from a thing that I ate. Christ, this dog is a garbage dog.
Well, at least he brought it to me.
At least he brought it to me so he could eat it near me to taunt me. I think that's what his aim is. But yeah, this guy Matt, he would he would just make shit up all the time. And the thing is, like, you know when someone is a good liar because they will lie about things that you don't know about, and you're like, I have a feeling you're exaggerating, but I can't prove it.
Yeah.
And so you can't ever call him on it. But, like, Matt was in that echelon of like, oh yeah, I've done a lot of stuff. So like in engineering school, he's like, oh yeah, I've done circuits before. I took this class already at another college, and we're like, yeah, why are you fucking failing at this time? And he's like, oh well, you know, I'm just lazy. I'm just not doing the homework.
I'm not really trying my best.
Yeah, you know, if I tried, I'd make A's. But yeah, he like in one class, he was like, oh yeah, I know Japanese, and
all right,
he said that right next to my friend Tim, who had been studying Japanese for 3 years and had an internship in Japan, like, lined up. So this man, like, knows enough Japanese. And so he's like, oh, yeah, what kind of Japanese, like, do you know? Like, what courses have you taken? He's like, oh, yeah, well, I know, like, I know kanji, I know katakana, I know. Yeah, those are, he's like, I understand all those symbols, I know desukana. And Tim goes, uh-oh, oh, my God, you set it a fucking tack!
Attacking your chair.
Why is there attacking a chair? So he's like, yeah, I know desukana, and fucking Tim picks up on that. And he's like, that's not a thing. So he goes, sorry, what was that last one? And Matt, you can see it on his face that he knew what happened, and he went, oh, I fucked up. And so he looks at someone else and goes, oh hey, and he walks away from the conversation.
Oh shit!
Oh damn! I gotta go.
It's like you see it like from the bottom of his body, like you can see that he fucked up. He's like, oh. So it's real funny to see that, but it's like sad at the same time.
Yeah, and especially if it's somebody that you have to like interact with a lot, and you're just like, what do you do when you're free? Do you like while you're laying in bed? You're like, oh yeah, it would be so cool if like. So my brother would do this to get out of trouble. Like my brother is like a master class liar. He invents lies so elaborate that they have to be truthful. Yeah. So he came to my mom one time. And he was like, hey, can you take a look at this? Like, I got this, like, injury. So he, like, lifts up his shirt, and he's got this, like, pussy, kind of, like, scabby, like, wound on his side. And she's like, Jesus. He's like, yeah, is that infected? And she was like, it looks like it may be infected. You should go to a doctor. What happened? And he was like, well... So what happened was, so he said that him and his friend, that's a girl... They're not dating, just his friend.
No, we are not dating.
So they go to a bar and they're hanging out and they're drinking and having a good time. Well, this guy comes up to his friend, and this guy is like, you know, trying to hit on her, and she's uncomfortable, and she's like, she doesn't know, like she's tried to tell him a couple times to go away, and eventually she tells my brother. My brother is like, hey man, just want to let you know, like, she's uncomfortable. You should really back off. You should leave her alone. Which is like a good guy move to do. And this guy gets pissed off. This guy's like, man, fuck you. You don't know anything. And I'll beat the shit out of you. My brother's like, I don't want no trouble. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, and so this guy finally gets kicked out. He leaves. Okay. Well, they keep drinking. Later on that night, bar closes. They shut the bar down. He drives to a gas station to go get some gas and some cigarettes and then go back to his place. Well, at the gas station, who does he see but that fucking guy? That guy shows up. And that guy, he walks up. He's like, hey, man, sorry about earlier. Like, I was out of line. You know, not a big deal. Like, totally my fault. And my brother's like, hey, it's all good. Not a big deal. And so he puts his hand out. And, okay, Miles, come here. Okay. So he puts his hand out, they shake hands, and then he pulls my brother and fucking stabs my brother in the side at this gas station, and then runs away. And my brother's like, holy shit! So my brother's stabbed in the side, and he's like, what the fuck, dude? So he doesn't want to go to the hospital because he's drunk. And he's like, I don't want to get a DUI because I drove myself to the hospital, and I don't want to. All this bad stuff is happening, so he's like, you know what? I'm just going to go home and sleep it off.
Sleep off a stab wound.
Yeah, he's like, it's not that bad.
Come on, it grazed me.
So he's like, he goes home to go sleep off this stab wound. And a couple of days later, he's like, oh man, that's looking infected. So he goes to my mom's house. That's where the story picks up. So he, come to find out, he ends up telling my mom the truth a few months later. What had actually happened is him and his girlfriend got into a fight.
Okay.
At his place. And he's like, you know, I love you. And she's like, you're selfish. You're a stupid piece of shit. And he's like, I love you. I'll prove how much. I'll stab myself right now. I'll show you how much I love you. And she's like, don't do it, fucking dumbass. And he just like, I'll do it right now. And he fucking stabs himself. He's like, see?
Oh, okay.
See? I'll fucking stab myself for you. And she's like, wow, you were fucking crazy. I have to leave. And so she takes off, and he's like, fucking showed her.
Now she knows how much I love her.
He like patches himself up and it's like, well, I can't go to the hospital because they'll be like, how'd this happen? And then someone's gonna get arrested. I'll have to lie about that. So he's like, I'll just wait it out.
Yeah, no, I'll tell mom eventually. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fucking. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's like again, masterclass line.
Yeah.
Just like it's so elaborate that you're like, how's this man gonna make up all this?
Okay, so like the bar stabbing sounds like it could happen, but like I don't know your brother enough for me to think that he would stand up and be like, hey,
yeah.
fucking, you're scaring the girl. Come on,
Like, come on, man. And I mean, the thing is, he is one of those guys, like, because he likes to be sort of center of attention, kind of a boisterous guy. Like he's, you know, he worked at a radio station for a long time, like for a few years, and like he was like. Putting out videos of himself singing covers at the radio station into their good mic, and he was like in their like, you know, online skits and stuff. They'd like play pranks and stuff for the radio, and he's like, I'm gonna give you these videos, right? So he's like that guy. He got so into this radio station, like he's as committed as a human can be to this radio station. He gets the fucking logo of the radio station tattooed on his chest.
Oh no!
And then a few months later, he comes to his boss and he's like, hey. I just want to let you know, like, I've relapsed. I'm having some problems with like drinking again, and like I need to go to rehab and at Alcoholics Anonymous and stuff. And his boss is like, listen, I appreciate you telling me that. I am gonna have to fire you. And he's like, well, but I told you the truth. Like, I'm trying to reach out to get some help. And his boss is like, yeah, no, that's great, but you are a liability. You do have to leave now. So now he's a few months after he gets this fucking fresh, huge tattoo on his chest. Man. He's like, well, damn it.
Now every time like he wakes up, he's just like, oh god.
Like he goes, oh damn it. Oh man.
Like, okay, so people that get tattoos like that, it's like the guy who got the GTA 4, like what the Halo 2 tattoo, the producer. Mm-hmm. Fucking, he's just like, oh, this is the next book got fucking Halo 2 on me.
Yeah.
It's just, you don't get tattoos of like places you work or things before they're big.
Yeah.
Because then like, you look stupid.
Yeah, then that's how you like 30 years later, somebody is like, what's that tattoo on your arm? You're like, oh god, it's Jerry's Wild Chicken Shack. And it's just a restaurant I thought was going to be real big. I like their chicken, and
yeah, I was a funder, and we were there, and I got it for like the opening.
Yeah, and it was it was going to be free chicken for life.
Yeah,
and they were only open for 8 months, so I would get it removed, but removal's expensive, and honestly, it looks kind of cool. And you know what? I kind of like it. You know what? I think it's cool. Fuck you for asking about my tattoo. They're like,
get the hell out of my house.
Like, you've got a lot of grief around this. I'm sorry. I didn't even bring it up.
That's the thing. Like, when things like that happen, it turns from being like, really upset about it. Then you tell a story, then you get angry. Then you get angry at the person who asked.
You're like, oh, this is fucking... I'm mad now. I'm mad at you. I'm mad at me. I'm mad at past me.
I'm mad at everything. Just get out of here.
Everyone get out of here.
So, speaking of tattoos... So, I don't know if we talked about this on the show, about Hot Shots Coffee.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think we have.
Okay, so this has been like on Colby's stream. It's been like a running joke where Colby drinking Hot Shots Coffee, because that's where he showed us the commercial from Shark Tank.
Yeah.
No,
So
I think we talked about Shark Tank and that on the show.
we may have. Yeah. I think you're right. So yeah, Hot Shots Coffee, very famous, like $2.5 million invested to like reinvent something that already existed in Japan and try to bring it to America where it will not work.
Yeah. So like, here's the difference between Japan and America. In Japan's not bigger than America first.
No, very small.
Everyone that works in Japan, they walk everywhere.
Yeah.
Or they take the train. And so there's vending machines everywhere. Because like office workers or people, they go and get their lunch from like vending machines. Or they go to like a local thing. So it's more common to have hot coffee or cold or drinks or food or whatever. Whereas in America, everyone drives everywhere.
Yeah, we all like we're very drive like I guess drive culture.
Friendly.
Yeah, we're driver friendly. The band, no, it's like everything is very car motivated here. Like it's and so as a result, like that's why we have landscapes where it's just fucking like
just
3 lanes
and
huge stretches of road and drive-throughs everywhere. Whereas in Japan, drive-throughs are like, you don't need a drive-through because fucking they're not driving.
Yeah, you just walk in there. That's why like a lot of the train stations have like restaurants.
Yeah. Train stations have a bunch of food. The like bikes are really big, so they have like bike stands, and then especially in like large centers like Tokyo, Sendai, like places that are larger, it's all just walking, right?
Yeah.
It's all just like
Or Akihabara, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Akihabara. Yeah, Pinabashi's the anime.
Yeah, what's based on a shopping center.
Well, I'm saying.
Whatever.
But yeah, like all of it's like very walking appropriate. So like that's why whenever you walk into a convenience store and it's like the winter, you're like, I want a hot coffee.
Yeah.
So they'll have like these, vending machines or coolers, but they're heaters, and so like you get like a can of hot coffee that you can just like go get it. You can get it from a vending machine, like, so that plays into that society. And to bring it into America where it's like there's a Starbucks everywhere and we're all driving. Miles, come here.
That's also the difference. We have Starbucks everywhere, and not to mention, since we're driving everywhere, there's gas stations everywhere. And you know what gas stations have?
Yeah, exactly.
They make coffee. Miles, get out of here! You were ruining our live show.
Sorry, everybody. This dog's ruining everything for me. How are y'all doing today? Kobe's not here to know that I'm saying this. When he gets back, I want y'all to act like you didn't hear this. And don't tell Kobe,
Oh, hey!
Oh, hey! Just the thing is, what Miles loves to do in this office is he loves to look out the window and just bark at shit. Like, and this is an all-day thing. This isn't just exclusive to us being here. He's not like, I mean, he is begging for attention the whole time, but still, it's like,
It's different.
yeah, this is a different thing.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, no, America, we have gas stations that usually sell coffee in like coffee pots because of truckers.
Yeah.
And, people driving. And then we have drive-thrus that usually sell coffee and Starbucks.
Yeah, McDonald's, Dunkin'.
Whataburger, Dunkin', any like fucking donut place.
Yep.
And that's what you see in the long stretches of road is gas stations that usually have coffee and snacks and drinks and food.
Yeah.
So
nobody is looking to...
No one's yearning for hot coffee.
Yeah, no one is looking to, like, park their car at a gas station, walk in, and purchase a hot can of coffee to drink elsewhere. Like, here, your option for that is to, like, get a to-go cup of coffee from a gas station. But, like, beyond that, it's like... There's so many options for to stay in your car. Or
vending machines aren't even big over here anymore.
No!
Like, the last time I saw a vending machine was a Coke machine in front of a laundromat.
Yeah, and that's, oh man, the amount of YouTube videos that get served to me that are like, I own this laundromat, this is how much money I make, and like, all of those people, they own like, either 5 laundromats or fucking like 50 vending machines, and they're like, we're gonna go get a clean out from this weekend.
That's so funny watching those videos, because I watch them too. Like, I subscribe to this guy. He just walks around with a bucket of fucking quarters.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is what I got from my store today. This is what I got from my vending machine today.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, God damn. I'm like, that must be hell to fucking pay.
Yeah.
Or not pay, count, because you can't just go to a bank and be like, fucking
Here you go. Yeah.
You gotta put it in fucking coin rolls.
Yeah.
Or you go to HEB and put it in a fucking...
In the coin star.
Yeah, in the coin star.
Yeah, and they take like 5%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you can do that. The other thing is you can get like an industrial coin counter. And so like they have these things that will count all your coins and like separate them out, but like you have to get one of those.
And they're expensive.
And they are expensive, or you can buy like an old used one. Because like one of the guys that I watch, yeah, he has like an older one that's like, oh, well, it works most of the time and sometimes it doesn't. And this is... and then the other thing is like he's hauling around like 60 pounds of change, and you're like, damn, this guy's got like a lot of money. And then he gets done dumping it all out, and he's like, well, profits for the week are $300, and you're like, oh, that's it?
Yeah. So like basically like they pay for themselves and sometimes they profit. It just depends on how busy it is.
Yeah.
But,
which is also why like they have so many, is because they're like, well, per machine per week I may make $30.
Yeah.
But if I have 100 machines,
and yeah, at 5 different locations, and I buy my own vending machines and people use them.
yeah.
Then,
And that's why they got those combo things too, because somebody will have like, well, I own a laundromat and all the vending machines in it, and like this one guy that I saw, he's like, oh yeah, I've got 2 vending machines like right outside of my laundromat, and then inside of my laundromat I have a coin pusher arcade game, and I'm like, why the fuck? And he's like, well, it was just laying around, and I just figured I'd put it here, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Who's doing this?
Dude, you'd be surprised. Those coin pushers fucking... I don't know if they're addicting, but they make them look addicting, even though I know they're made for you to lose money. Mm-hmm. They put like that roll that has like a 50 on it, but inside's like $10. 10 singles.
Yeah.
They're like really addicting, but you can't tell from the outside that the end of it is sloped.
Yeah.
So you have to actively like put in 1,000,000 quarters for it to push until it finally does the drop.
Yeah.
So no matter how good you are, at it, it's still made for you to lose.
Yeah.
And that's how most fucking gamblings are. Even claw machines.
Yeah, yeah. Even the ones that are like, guaranteed to win. It's because like, well, we filled it up with like fucking 48 cents worth of candy that we found on the side of the road. So it's like, pay us 50 cents and you can get whatever candy you want. I don't care.
Yeah. But other than that, before we went into that, the Hot Shots coffee.
Yes, yeah.
So there was a running joke on Kobe's stream where there was a Hot Shots coffee where I live down in Corpus at an old bus station, and down here in Austin at a Best Buy.
At Best Buy.
Yeah.
The only place around Austin that would carry a Hot Shots coffee is not, and not all Best Buys, by the way.
Just this
one
one.
specific Best Buy.
So, I was like, I'm going to go down there this weekend and we're going to have to go. Mm-hmm. So, we do. We go eat and we're like, you know what? We're going to go to this Best Buy. Mm-hmm. We go to the Best Buy and it's just me and Kobe, and we're like, okay, so we're just going to walk around. I'm like, well, what if I just ask someone? And Kobe's like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to walk away. So we walk into this Best Buy and we start from the right and we make a complete circle around it and we look at all the foods and stuffs and it's not there.
Yeah. So like, the idea is like it's this, and they show you on the website what the box looks like. It's green and orange and has a little fire logo on it. I'm like, you can't miss it.
Yeah.
Can't miss this Hot Shots coffee box. It's there for sure.
It's on the Hot Shots website.
Yeah, and so and this Hot Shots website is like telling us where to go, right? And so we're looking for it. We start around just on the side. I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's in some random ass section. And then I'm like, well, it's got to be up by like the candy and the rest of the drinks. It's where it has to be. So we go up to the checkout and we like look around at like the guy that like is sitting up the front door
he's like
looking at us like, what are they doing? And we like go to like near a checkout counter and there's like a couple of employees that are just talking behind the counter and they stop talking and look at us and I'm like, oh god, stop, I just want to see if you have the shitty coffee.
I just want the coffee. So we didn't find it, and we're walking down. And I'm like, you know what? I bet they just have it in the break room.
Yeah, that's the bet, is that like whoever is like the manager of this store is like, you know what? We can't have a coffee machine, but I'll have a Hot Shots coffee.
So no free coffee for y'all. Y'all gotta buy them.
You do have to pay for it, but it's here for you.
Yeah, I swear it's good. So, like, that's the bet. But now, it's kind of backfired because when I go back home, I'm going to have to check that bar that has it.
Yeah.
Unquote.
Yeah, the next time that I go down, we're going to have to go together to this bar and be like, I know you have drinks and I know this place looks really nice. Do you have any shitty coffee in a can, though?
It's called Hot Shots, and it's in like a...
It looks like... Here, let me pull up a picture. Have you ever had this? It says you do.
And I really would just... One can.
You know, just one. Maybe, can you check under the counter? Like, did it roll under a table or something?
Can you check in your back stock?
Can you check the break room? Is that... Do you have that? Or...
I'm sorry, I know it'd be a hassle, but man... I really want this coffee.
Man, you don't understand how important this is to me.
And only me.
And just me. No one else cares. The other thing is, like, if that fails, I feel like the next thing we have to do is send an email to the man himself and be like, hey, you got any Hot Shots laying around? And
just left.
Can I just, if I PayPal you $40, will you just send me a crate?
Yeah, I just want to taste it. Like,
please, I don't even think it's gonna be good. Like, I have to come clean.
Don't tell him that.
I don't think it's gonna be good. I don't think I'm gonna enjoy it, but I have to have it now. It's like whenever you first learn about, like, Crystal Pepsi, and you're like, oh, the clear Pepsi? That can't taste good, but I need to taste it now.
Dude, Crystal Pepsi does not taste good. It tastes like flat Sprite.
Yeah, by looking at it, I was like, this is going to be bad Sprite, for sure, right? Or like really knockoff terrible Mountain Dew.
Yeah, which makes sense because they are owned by the same company.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to Hot Shots before we get the gross drink flavors, because there's gross drink flavors. Mm-hmm. Don't tell the man his coffee's not good. He's for sure not going to answer.
I mean, God, the thing is, what is he doing, right? Like,
trying to make it.
What if he's just... What if he's sitting in his studio apartment in New York City right now?
Just sad with all this coffee around him in a throne of coffee.
He doesn't even have an apartment. He just has a storage unit that he has a mattress in.
He just has a big box made of Hot Shots coffee that he lives in.
People are like, wow, I can't believe that someone lives inside of this actual garbage dump. He's like, hey, people liked Hot Shots.
People loved it, they just weren't ready.
I was on Shark Tank, don't you know?
Mark Cuban. Ooh.
Ooh, he shakes his fist every time he sees Mark Cuban on TV. He's like, oh, ooh. You just don't have the vision.
It's like the villain origin story.
Yeah.
It's so funny we're talking about him, but I'm sure he's not doing that.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you don't get a bunch of friends and family to invest $2.5 million in your dreams without being well enough off that, like, either they're like, I don't know, I'm playing around with some money, who cares? Or, like, because it's not... Every time that you hear, like, an investor who's like, oh, yeah, we scrimped and saved and pulled together as much money as we could, and, like, you know, now we're, like, finally getting this product off the ground. It's like, oh, how much money did you get? And they're like, it's $600,000. You're like, what fucking friends and family do you have?
Dude, oh, man. Every time I see Shark Tank and I hear that, I'm like, who has this just laying around for you to be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like, it has to be either, like... It has to be, like, that they have a couple of friends or family that, like, are really well off, or, like, they have a really good job, or it's, like, the most depressing one is, like, their grandma owns land that has an oil derrick on it, or whatever, and so she's like, I have $600,000, and they're like, Grandma, you know, if you want to double it, you give it to me. I'll make all of America drink coffee. It'll be real nice and hot.
Look, Grandma, you love coffee. I love coffee. It's a done deal.
It's perfect. You're gonna love it. You're gonna retire on coffee. You're gonna be coffee grandma. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, you're gonna be. You're gonna be living large in the coffee fucking industry. It's gonna be great. I'll name it after you.
Yeah, I'll name it after you, Grandma Hot. My hot grandma shots.
Like his last name is Hot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, no, so like, even when he was introducing it, he was already in the hole.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, the thing is, he's so enthusiastic about it. He sells it real well, and then they're like, yeah, how much money you have in this? And he's like, well, $2.5 million, and they're like, oh, so like, where's it being sold? And he's like, no, we're still developing it. It'll be ready to go in a few months, though. Like,
we still
we're
need
almost there.
We still need testing and fucking R&D, but dude, this is a good idea.
Listen, and the thing is, like, he
marketed to the wrong place.
Yeah, he marketed to the wrong place, and he is using. It's all stuff that exists, like, just imported.
Yeah.
He kept talking about, like, the can. He's like, well, getting the can is right, you know, because, like, the liquid inside has to be hot like a good hot coffee, but it can't burn your hand.
Yeah.
So it has to be, like, an insulated, like, thing.
Yeah. It has to be like a thing inside of a thing.
Yeah, and so he's like, oh, it's got this, like, thermal wrapping on it, and, like, the heat comes from the top, and the whole can, but, like, to the side. And so he's talking about this, and I'm like, again, like, they have hot vending machines in Japan, but just, why don't you just ask them what they use in the can and just use that?
Even if you didn't do a can, they have the machines that dispense the cups.
Yeah, just fucking do that.
And just market to Japan, or at least don't even make hot coffee, make iced coffee and make good flavors.
Yeah, oh, easy. Like,
you had a bad idea, no one told you anything.
Yeah.
You told several people, and they're like, that sounds like a good idea. And they've never been outside in their lives.
That's the thing, is he told all of his friends and family, like, hey, no, I've got this great idea. What if you could have hot coffee in a can? They do this in Japan all over the place. They're like, well, Japan is where my TV came from.
I'm like, well, I've never heard of that.
They made Nintendo. They must be great. They're really onto the future over there.
This will go great with my Power Glove. God.
I think Japan invented the internet, so this is gonna be big.
Nippon did it? Whoa!
Whoa!
I don't know why they know Nippon.
Yeah, but that's the only thing they know is they saw like an old, like, fucking World War II documentary.
They saw like a spaghetti western samurai movie.
Yeah.
Oh shit! No. So like, to our chagrin, fucking Hot Shots was a bust.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, we've got a couple more opportunities, right? We can go down to Corpus. We can get one maybe. There's a couple of other places. The other thing is, what we were thinking is, like, instead of having it in the break room, what if the website just hasn't been updated? What if my man went on Shark Tank, updated the website, was like, yeah, we're launching. We've got, like, a few months afterward, he's like, we've got fucking 100 stores across the country that's doing Hot Shots. And then all of them discontinued, and he was just like, well, I don't have the money to update the website anymore.
After the show, he was so, like, brokenhearted. He just dropped it. He let it go. He was just like, I can't even look at it.
Yeah, and his credit card is auto-paying for the website, and every time he sees it, he sobs, but he doesn't have the heart to shut the website down. He's like, oh.
Fucking, it's just like a black and white sepia fucking scene of him.
He goes to the website every Tuesday, and it's just, he pretends like it's 2011 again, and he's like, oh, I'm coming up. Look how many stores I got. I'm gonna double this in a few months, I bet.
Looking real good. God.
We're gonna come out with a new flavor. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh my God. I want to taste one. Like, I don't even care if it's good. I just want one now.
Yeah, that's the thing, is, like, all of these, like, pre-canned coffees, like, they have so I used to not like coffee. I like coffee now, but I only, because I'm like a hoity-toity coffee person now, I only like light roast stuff. But most commodity coffee is all dark roast, and it all has that, like, kind of roasty and, like, kind of bitter flavor to it that, like, a lot of people like, that has, like, diner coffee. Like, that's what it is. And that's totally fine. That's not what I particularly enjoy. That's why I'm positive that I'm going to drink Hot Shots and be like, this is shit.
But I'm glad I tried it.
But you know what? I'm one of the 5 people in the continental United States that had hot shot. The creator, his parents, me.
Yeah, me and Fee.
Me and the homeless person. He got rid of all of his stock and was just like, here.
I was gonna say, yeah, the lucky homeless guy to be like, you throwing this away?
Whoa! What, you mean to tell me this is coffee? And then he drinks it and is like, oh, now I see where you're throwing it away. It's gone bad, right? And he's like, no, it hasn't.
I was going to say, like, he throws it away. He's like, the guy's like, yeah, you could have it, but, you know, it's got to be hot when you drink it. And the guy's like, I don't care. And he's just like,
oh, God. It was never about the temperature, was it? Oh.
God damn it. That's fucking great.
Yeah, I guess it is one of those things where it's like, it's like selling an accessory for something where you're like, I don't need that.
Yeah, speaking of like Nintendo, like we were, they made a bunch of accessories you didn't need, and they didn't make the experience better.
Yeah. So like they have like Rob the Robot, who like is a cool idea.
Yeah, it's cool in concept.
Picks up a bunch of stuff and puts it on the controller, so it's like playing against a robot. You're like, oh, that's awesome. But also, wow, how much fucking money to play 2 games?
Yeah,
no,
just 2. Not even like 4 or 5. 2 games, and they were both shit.
Yeah, and so that's like the Hot Shots coffee of like, no, like, listen, I know the point is that the coffee's supposed to be good, but what if instead of it being good, it was just hot? Huh? That's our differentiator. There's no other coffee in a can that's hot out there.
And good, hot and good.
Yeah. Listen, we'll get to good later. We're hot now. Currently, we're hot first, good later.
That's our slogan. Drink Hot Shots coffee. We're hot now and good later. God, what if like the Twitch story, like it's the best coffee you've ever had?
Oh my God, yeah, like they got some like really rare beans, and I'm like, ooh, this is like, there's notes of fucking bergamot or whatever the fuck.
There's a berry notes, and it's sweet and it's good.
Oh jeez, this is the best coffee I've ever had. Why didn't you just sell this?
Why didn't you tell people it was good?
Why didn't you let people drink it?
Why did you bring me down, SpongeBob? God.
It just like, let me microwave. I'll just microwave it. I know that's not like supposed to be a good thing, but fuck it,
dude. Like some people just like doing that. It's fast and easy.
Yeah.
The thing is, like going into some kind of coffee business is hard because in America. Because everyone fucking drinks coffee and already has their established brand. Mm-hmm. So, like, just trying to sell, hot coffee on the go, it doesn't matter if it's hot. People just like cold and hot, and they have their brand. Mm-hmm. So, starting a new one is just not good. Like I said, he should have just went to Japan and, like, pitched it.
That's the thing is, like, there's a bunch of so, like, America is like one of the top ones for coffee now. That used to not be the case, but it's definitely going up. But like Australia, New Zealand, there's like some places in Asia and especially Europe. Europe is super big on coffee, right? Yeah. And so like, you know, you have these forces that are coming up, but the thing is, America may not be the best at coffee. We are the best at to go though. Yeah. Like we have to go down. You don't need to fix to go. We have that.
Yeah. You gotta fix fucking quality.
Yeah.
You need quality over like fucking necessity.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't need you to like come and tell me like, oh yeah, this this is a really good coffee, but you need it hot, you know? Like and how you gonna get it hot? There's no hot things anywhere.
No, dude, I've never had a hot coffee in my life, Mark Cuban. Jeez.
Wow, Mark Cuban with your must be fancy $1 million hot coffee machine.
Must be nice sitting in your fucking gold ivory tower with your hot coffee.
Yeah, must have a Starbucks in your house. Stupid.
Dude, I think Duncan said it best. America runs on coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, and it's everywhere. It's at every price point, and, like, if you can just do, like, good coffee for a good price, you're probably going to be successful as long as, like, you know, some other factors work out for you. The thing you don't approach it from is, like, hey, we're the coffee of the future. We're the Dippin' Dots of coffee.
Oh, my God. Fucking... Dude, I don't even think Hot Shots has a Dippin' Dot. That pup coffee you have is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I'm like, I drink Cometeer, which is like a frozen, like distilled coffee. You melt it and then you like add some hot water and like it's really good coffee.
It's really good, actually. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. I wish. Fucking please sponsor.
Cometeer.
I'll take a Hot Shot sponsor too, though. If
Yeah.
he's still out there.
If you're still out there, Hot Shots guy, Ard Bard.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. Fucking Ard Beckman.
Yeah, if you're out there, I know how much money you sink into things that aren't going to work out. So like, give this podcast a lot of money.
We'll gladly sponsor Hot Shots coffee and drink it, even if it's bad.
We'll drink it every day. We'll say it's awesome.
Dude, yeah, we'll say it's awesome, but like behind closed doors, we'll be like, it's terrible.
Yeah, we will. At the end of every episode, after the outro, we'll be like, actually, the coffee's very bad.
At the end of every episode, we'll be like, just spit it in, on the microphone. Just, God.
Just so everyone knows, like, this is our disclaimer.
Drink Hot Shots coffee.
I gotta wash my mouth out with boiling water now.
Oh, no, I gotta drink good coffee. Dude, it's so stupid. I don't. At least he had like, I don't want to say the balls to go and pitch a bad idea, but like it must be hard to think you have a good idea, get a lot of money, like start R&Ding something, and then pitch it, only for someone to tell you it's a bad idea.
Yeah, like and not just because I can imagine having somebody being like, "Yeah, it's a bad idea," and then you're like, "Well, I mean, they just don't know." Like, I've done the research. I know this is a good idea. They're stupid. To have 5 people on national TV be like, "This is the worst idea I've ever heard," like, you have to go home after that and be like, maybe it is a bad idea.
Why didn't anyone say anything?
None of you? And they're all like, I didn't have the heart to tell you.
You seem so into it. Going back, when we went to Best Buy to get the Hot Shots coffee, and this goes way back to the tattoo, we saw a blue man there.
Oh, God, yeah. He was just like, do you see this blue man? And I'm looking for like a painting, and I'm like, what? And then he points, and it's this like older man with white hair, and he's wearing like a tank top and some shorts, and everything up to his hands is just blue. It looks like he got a blackout tattoo, but it faded down to blue, and I was like,
and not just on his face, his ears, his legs, everything was blue. It was weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, we are in Austin.
Yeah, it's true. And like, originally I was like, maybe he's one of those like silver guys, because like you can get silver poisoning and your skin turns blue and you start to look like a Smurf. But his hands were not that color, and so I went, oh, these are tattoos then.
And his hair looked like bleach white.
Yeah, it was the whitest hair. Like he looked like.
Like Leslie Nielsen.
Yes, like Leslie Nielsen. He was like an older guy, looks like he could have been someone's grandfather, and is just like, you know what? I enjoy being tattooed. I enjoy being Austin's Blue Man. I auditioned for the Blue Man group. They said you don't move around so good, Gramps.
You don't play an instrument, it's fine.
You don't play an instrument, you were just going to be on the stage, waving your arms around.
Dancing.
Going to be breakdancing with Finn's boss.
Like... But you better watch out. He gets all the girls. So.
If you're coming here for a date, it's not gonna work out.
The thing is, people do get tattoos like that, and it's weird. Like the what is he, a goblin?
Yeah,
the guy that's trying to be an ogre or something.
Yeah, or
like,
an orc.
Yeah, an orc, and he like chopped his ears off.
Yeah,
his eyes got the black tattoo. He's got the teeth, and I think he cut off one of his fingers.
Yeah. And part of his, like, the front part of his nose to, like, make it kind of like a snout kind of looking thing.
And, well, when you're thinking of it, you're just like, why? Who's this for? Of course, for him, but... Yeah. Like, why, though?
Yeah. That's like... I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't understand it. You're not hurting anyone. Yeah. But my eyes when I look at you, and that's a me problem.
I'm sure you're nice, but, like, why?
Yeah. Ooh. That's like,
there's several people that come to mind. That guy, the lizard man, the snake man.
The snake man?
The tiger man.
The tiger man is the worst. With his whiskers.
No, the alien. Haven't you seen the guy who's trying to become an alien, a genderless alien, and he's just slender and got some of his ribs removed?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
They tattoo all their whole body because they want to be an IRL furry.
Yeah, or like an IRL version of like
Their
like
persona.
Yeah, of persona. It's like just
they're
be a
OC.
furry.
They're being their real life OC.
But it's that plus like because there are people that like take it to less extreme, and you're like, oh, I mean, you're on that road, but like
you're getting there, but you're not there yet. It's fine.
God, I forgot this. Like this woman went to the hospital because she like. From complications from surgery, because she was, and I'm quoting this from an article because I remember it. She was attempting to have the fattest pussy in the world.
Oh.
That was her thing. Is she was like getting these like silicone injections and like, so there were complications that happened, and like I don't know what they were. I'm not interested in knowing what they were, but like, complications from attempting to do that, and I was like, oh, don't say anymore. I'm good.
I'm getting the mental image, and I don't want that. Yeah. But again, you want to ask them why, though?
Yeah.
Like, who's this for? Because this isn't. I mean, I get maybe some people like that type of thing, but then why would you want the biggest one? That's,
yeah. It's just. I mean, I gotta be. I want to be good at something, and like I want to be unique, and this is my body, and with my body, I'm gonna do what I want to with it, which is great. Good for you. And again, like not hurting anybody. I can't understand it. So one of the first times that like I talked to someone that had depression, because like my sister has like some mental health issues as well, as we all do. But my sister has some mental health issues, and I remember being like, oh God, like, you know, I don't understand what's going on. You're like, you know, you have this like diagnosis of depression, and it's like we all get sad. And then like I talked to my now wife about it, and like we had this like couple of hours long discussion whenever we were first dating, and they were like, you don't understand what depression is because you don't have it. Yeah. You don't get that it's like all of these symptoms at the same time, and it's nothing you can control. Like you want to get out of bed, you want to clean the dishes, you want to like go to work and feel okay, and you know that like your life is fine. Like you make enough money, you're not starving, you shouldn't be sad, but you can't get out of bed on the weekend.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
and like I just couldn't understand that. Because that's not how my brain works. And this is the same thing where, like, I look at someone like that and I'm like, no.
Like, that's so true. I wonder if they do that, if it's a form of depression, but, like, not really, like, right? Because, like, they're just fulfilling, like, maybe a childhood dream that they never let go.
Yeah, or, like, it could be some, like a symptom of, like, body dysmorphia, where you look at your body in the mirror and you're like, this fucking sucks.
I wish I was a tiger.
Yeah. So like for some people it's like, man, I hate the way I look. I need to like go to the gym, or like that's how you develop eating disorders. Like there's a lot of really bad stuff with body dysmorphia. That's how like sometimes whenever if you're trans, that's how you're like, oh shit, like I don't want these tits. And like there's a lot of ways this manifests, and I do wonder if just once in a blue moon it just manifests as like, man, this shit sucks. What if I was a bear though? Why can't I look like a bear?
Like, okay, so I didn't want to be insensitive and say like trans people with like body dysmorphia wanted to be in the opposite gender. I was like, that's normal. Like that's the normal type.
That's normal. That's fine. That's the fine type. But fucking tiger man,
waking up and being like, I wish I had paws.
Looking at your hands and being like, I hate that I can play Xbox. Why can't I just run on the plane?
Why can't I have crab claws?
You see a picture of like Lobster Boy and you're like, you lucky motherfucker.
You son of a bitch. I bet you're delicious.
I'm gonna cut them hands off, put them on me.
He goes to the Party City and buys those crab gloves.
He's like, this is better. Yeah.
Oh god, this feels so right.
They're like, sir, you know what? Don't pay for those. Just leave, please.
Please, I don't want to touch anything on your person.
He's like, oh, he's like crawling around like a crab, like, oh.
He's like, oh, thank you, fucking walks out
sideways.
He Zoidbergs out. Speaking of that, fucking not a Zoidberg, but a
Speaking of Zoidberg,
do you know about Russian Popeye?
No, what?
You don't know about? Okay,
no.
So he's along the lines of, I think, Arabian Hulk. I think that's his name. Do you know who those people are?
No.
Do you know what sin? Fuck, what is it called? It's like sin. The oil that they inject into their muscles.
Oh yeah. Like the
Synthol.
Synthol. Yeah.
Okay, so Russian Popeye is a Russian guy who has these gross muscles.
Yeah.
So for anyone that doesn't know, synthol, people use it and it's a poison. And they inject it into their muscles to make them comically large and gross.
Yeah.
And they think they're fucking hot shit.
Yeah. I mean, because I think we've all seen that picture that went around the internet, like, between 2000 and 2010, who had, like, the dude that had, like, a bicep on the underside of his arm and the upper side, and he's, like, being arrested, right? So he's got, like, double biceps and shit, and it's like, that's not natural. You didn't... Can you lift weight, or is this just...
Yeah, like, he looks like if his arm was a cartoon and got flattened by an anvil, and it stayed that shape.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So Russian Popeye has that, but, like, you know, the one size, but, like, he has little arm and big bicep, and so he was, like, rolling with that's my personality, and everyone, like, laughing at him, but he's cool with that. He just likes being an attention whore, I guess. So, synthol's dangerous to have in your body.
Yeah.
And he went to a doctor. This was maybe a couple of years ago, or maybe last year or a year before. And the doctor's like, yeah, you're gonna die if we don't get all of this out of you. So he has the surgery and gets it all removed, and he's showing the scars, and he's like, man, I was fucked up and I almost died and this sucks and I'll never do that again. A year later, he did it.
A year later, he's like,
now,
what if I did it safer, though? Huh? I got it this time. He's fucking like Dr. Octopus, the second Spider-Man movie. He's like, we can do it better.
But here's the thing, like, his arms are, like, he has a TikTok account. And I forget what its name is. It's not Russian Popeye. Even though that's what people call him.
Yeah.
It's like something fuck, it's like balloon hands or something.
Balloon hands?
Yes! Okay. And
you know what? The thing is, this is another one of those things where it's like you've made something up that I don't know anything about, and I go, could be balloon hands.
I'm sure it's something hands. It's like balloon hands.
Big balloon sausage hand. Ninja Turtle fingers. That's his name.
Let's just roll with that. But like, he is on TikTok, and you can just Google Russian Popeye, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's not just back to injecting synthol in his arms and looking silly and stupid. Mm-hmm. He's got plastic surgery on his face, and now he's looking like a clown. Not a clown, but like, you know when you've had plastic, like the people with plastic surgery?
With like huge cheekbones.
Yeah, but the combination of that and huge fucking arms, it's silly. And he does these... I want you to pull it up, but like I don't want you to, because like he does these weird dances knowing that everyone's laughing on him, but he loves the attention so much. And it's so weird that people do that.
He's like, yeah, I'm an icon. And people are like, yeah, but you're fucking stupid. And he's like, joke's on you. You're still doing what I want.
Joke's on you. You're watching.
That's the same thing. I think this about fucking Ben Shapiro at least twice a day, where I'm like, if everybody just ignored him, he'd go away. Like, I mean, and there's a lot of like arguments to be like, well, he still like appeals to an audience of shitheads and they would get more dangerous and like whatever. But again, like, the dream is that you're just like, just ignore him. And then eventually they're like, hey, why is nobody mad that I said the trans people don't exist?
See, but like, okay, so let's say that you ignore him and that's fine, and then he's losing traction. He'll notice that, so he'll be more outrageous. It's the Alex fucking, what's his name?
Alex Jones? Yeah,
it's the Alex Jones.
He's like, now we gotta put synthol on my feet. I gotta be like a little Hobbit boy. That's gonna be my thing now.
I'll be American Hobbit. No, that's so gross. Just like that, I know we're keep on this topic of fucking people and their weird
body horror people.
It's not even Halloween, but like that guy who wants to look like Jamin from fucking...
Oh, yeah. He's like, he wants to be a K-pop star.
Yeah,
he wants to look exactly like the guy from fucking... I swear to you, I was about to say 98 Degrees. Fucking BTS.
Yeah. He wants to... He's getting facial reconstruction to look like Jamin.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's getting like height, not removal, but like
yeah, they're gonna remove his height. They're gonna suck the height out of him. It's just-
give him a height transplant.
he's gonna touch a basketball just like in Space Jam. All the height's gonna leave him.
Like, God, like that's his talent, being tall.
Yeah, that's his only talent. That's Yao Ming.
Yeah. He's kind of good. He can't just dunk. So like he's getting shorter construction. He's getting facial construction. And I think he got like his eyes worked out, and he's like, I'm trans Asian.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
oh god.
Like
there's so many things that like, and that's the worst thing that fucking stupid ass conservatives point to when they're like, why can you like be trans as far as like your gender's concerned, but you can't be transracial? It's like, shut the fuck up.
That's
you
not
know
a thing.
That's different.
Like, here's the thing. It doesn't matter that they're doing stuff to their body, but go ahead, it's your money.
Yeah,
do what you want with it.
Yeah,
but don't say stupid shit that affects real people.
Yeah, like just like keep that part quiet.
Yeah, just,
like if
say it to your friends and no one else.
If somebody is like, I'm getting a lot of plastic surgery to look like the fucking lead singer of Hoobastank, just keep that to yourself. Just be like, cool, and people are like, you're looking a lot like the guy from Hoobastank. You're like, fucking yes, good.
Hell, that's what I want, but then you can't sing for shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be in a club one day in a fucking singing circle and try to win the girl of your dreams, but it's gonna be just bad monotone singing.
They're gonna be like, oh shit, fucking Hoobastank man's here.
Oh, it's that scene in Space Jam when fucking Charles Barkley goes to those kids playing in the street.
Yeah.
You're not Hoobastank. Get out of here. You just look like him.
That's his name too. Watch out, Hoobastank coming through.
Look at old Hoobastank. I don't know his name. God.
No one knows Hoobastank's name.
No.
He's Hoobastank.
That's just like fucking Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah, it's Hootie.
He's not Darius Rucker. He's Hootie.
Who? Hootie.
Who the hell was that fake name?
I don't know his last name.
His name is Hootie.
His name is Hootie. God damn it! He has a burger place. I saw it on DoorDash.
Oh my god. Oh god, shut up. Oh my god, that's the first time you see me choke IRL. This is what happens when I laugh a lot. I keep telling you. Oh,
I laugh and then my body goes, oh, it's time to die now. Your body's constantly looking for nice ways to die, and you're like, this one's a good one.
Oh, here's a big one. You've reached
like,
your last limit. You've reached it today. Stop. Just I choke on the jubilation. Fucking God. Oh fuck, dude. There's one more thing we want to talk about.
Oh yeah.
That's hot topic.
Yeah, it's Hot Topic. You ever notice those big doors outside Hot Topic? How crazy is that? They're heavy.
You might be an emo if you go to Hot Topic.
You buy your Naruto shirts at Hot Topic.
God, I'm fucking sweating. I meant Hocus Pocus 2.
Yes. So the trailer for Hocus Pocus 2 came out. They've released some they've done some teasers. They're like, the original cast is back. They're doing this promo thing. And listen, so far, I mean, I'm not gonna judge anything yet. The Sanderson sisters are back. They act like the Sanderson sisters.
They're the same actresses.
They're the same actresses. I'm all in there. The child actors are child actors. I can't criticize them.
They're child actors. Do with that information.
But this guy in the trailer seems like they pulled him from a decom from like fucking 2000 because he's like, it's whenever you turn 16, that's whenever you sometimes become a witch.
That's when your witch powers come out.
And I'm like, is this fucking Halloween Town right now? Like, did you get paid scale to say this line into a microphone?
Yeah, dude, like, it's... Okay, so I love Hocus Pocus. I think everyone does.
Yeah, I think it's pretty universal.
I don't think they should make a sequel.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things where it's like, that's best left. I think every time that they're like, we're going to make a second this thing, I hear that and I immediately am like, oh, fuck yeah, that's awesome, I love that. And then by the time the thing comes out, I go, oh, that's not...
That's one of those things where... You see something and you really like it, you're like, man, I want another one. Mm-hmm. But then time goes on, and then you get another one 10 years down the line. Now, this one's been like, man, almost 30.
Yeah.
Now you're like, man, I don't want another one.
Yeah. Or yeah, you realize it makes you be like, I wish I had the sequel a few years after the first one. Like, I wish they just would have made a second one back then. If you do it now, it's different, and it's not what I want. And so, like, who are you marketing it to? Because, like, a lot of, like, the sequel bait movies that have, like, come out lately are like, oh, well, this is for, this is a new Ghostbusters movie for a new generation. Yeah. This is a new fucking movie.
This is fun for new and old fans.
Yeah, but, like, the old fans want the old thing, and so they're not gonna like it. And so whenever you, like, riddle the movie with, like, remember the fucking first one?
Remember me from the first movie?
When you do that, like, the new fans are like, I feel like I'm missing out on something. Yeah. So they're like, that was pretty good. It was like a B. And then, like, all the older fans are like, it's shit. It's absolute shit. If it would have come out in 1992, it would have been great.
So here's the thing, like, people are going to be like that no matter what. But I feel like it'll reign true in this one because they basically are going to follow the story beat for beat.
I can't imagine they're doing any other thing, right?
Except the main characters are different than... the new kids in town, which was a good storyline because he's new to the town, he's new to the lore, he doesn't know what's going on. It's easy for him to have gotten in this situation. Whereas these girls, presumably, have lived there, and they're also witches, I guess.
Yeah, well, they're growing up to become witches, and, like, it's implied that they, like, do this ceremony every year, and that nothing happens, and they're like, oh, it's stupid.
That's where you get the line, they say when you're 16.
They say when you're 16, you end up becoming a witcho.
And here's another thing. Is it a remake or, like, a continuation? Because in the first movie, they died. Mm-hmm. So... are we going to get callbacks?
Yeah, so is this Hocus Pocus 2? Or is this Hocus Pocus again?
Hocus Pocuser?
Yeah, Hocus... Is this Hocus Pocus but spelled different? Is this like Sonic 06? Is it Hocus Pocus 22? I don't know.
That's the thing. If they would have just called it like Hocus Pocus, then
that's it.
Yeah. Then we would have known then it's a...
like, oh, you're going to make the movie again? Okay.
This is part 2. So now they have to explain why the Sanderson sisters are still alive.
Yeah, why are they alive? What, like... and because, listen... I get the idea, right? Like, we're now in the future. Oh, Sanderson sisters around cell phones. What's that going to look like? Sanderson sisters on fucking Instagram. What's that? They're going to look at these. No! They're going to look at these Snapchat filters and be like, "Whoa!
I didn't even think of that."
Yeah, that's the thing. I guarantee you, like, somebody like was joking around about that, and they were like, "That would make a fucking great movie." And then they wrote it, and we're like, "Yeah, people were in Hocus Pocus. Okay, whatever."
The witches on TikTok. Yeah. Oh no!
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't think about that. Like in the first movie, they were freaking out at TV and the road and stuff. But now we have better technology.
Yeah.
Oh no!
The witches are going to be on the internet. They're going to be like, we've gained a number of followers.
All these we'll have a meetup with all the children and all our followers. Oh man, no. So, which was funny. They were afraid of the road. And like other stuff in the first movie, but they weren't afraid of technology. Yeah. Like they weren't afraid of the TV. Mm-hmm. They were fine with going on stage and speaking into a mic. Yeah. They had modern dance moves, I guess. And they sang in a modern way because there wasn't like pop rock songs and fucking
Yeah, sure.
in the witch trial days. But I mean, that's okay. It was an 80s, 90s movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
And here's the thing: the characters in part 1 were. I haven't seen part 2, but they're better. And it has nothing to do with their race, because in the trailer in part 2, the main characters are people of color.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with them. I'm sure they're good actors. I just don't. And this is what I say to Colby all the time, and he doesn't believe me. It doesn't matter who it is. They're good actors. They're fine, but they can be written badly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's fine.
Yeah, it's so. I guess what little we've seen, because again, we've seen 2 minutes of this movie that are not finalized, right? And not even 2 continuous minutes.
Yes.
And so it really does seem like the main character. So like one of the characters is like they look like they don't have a lot of chemistry with each other. So maybe that's like, maybe one of them is new, and maybe they're like coming into this like situation. They're like, oh, what are you gonna do for your birthday? And the other one's like, oh,
let's go have a seance.
You're gonna watch a scary movie and try to summon some witches like we always do. Yeah. And like, it really seems like they're not friends, and maybe that's the case. Maybe and they're doing it on point, right?
Yeah.
But this almost does seem like somebody somebody shot a decom and then went, but why don't we put it in theaters though?
Yeah, that's. It's so stupid. I don't think Hocus Pocus was a Disney movie, actually.
I think it was. Maybe it's not.
No, because I think it came out in theaters and then they just showed it on Disney a lot, and then it just...
That's probably what it is. Or maybe people including me are confusing it with fucking Halloween Town.
Oh my god. No, that's a decom. I'm not saying oh my god, because I like that movie.
Yeah, Halloween Town's awesome.
Halloween Town 1 and 2 are good.
Yeah.
Fucking, but Hocus Pocus, they showed it all the time. It's not a kid's movie.
It is a Disney movie.
It is?
Hocus Pocus is a Disney movie.
Maybe it is.
And the other way that I should have known that is that if you go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at Disney World, there's almost always a Hocus Pocus show. Almost always.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't know. I just thought they showed it on there a lot. It doesn't seem... Well, okay, so Disney movies back then were different.
Yeah. They tried different stuff.
Yeah, and there wasn't, like... It didn't have to be a musical.
Yeah.
So here's the thing I get from the trailer, and I know we didn't see a lot, but they're hitting the beats of the original. You have the black flame candle, which you need for them to come out. That's fine. You need to be a virgin, and you need to light the black flame candle on Halloween night for them to come out. That's fine. That's lore.
Yep.
Is there going to be another dead pioneer? Because they show a black cat. Is he going to be possessed by the soul of Thackeray Binks?
Yeah. It's like... There's a lot of questions here because it there's a 2 in it. There's a 2 in the title, but it does just look like it's the same movie.
Right, and they show the grave, which I'm like, oh man, there's gonna be that zombie again, and I'm like, and then when you finally see the sisters at the party, you see the guy in the skeleton outfit in the background. I'm like, oh man, they're gonna be on stage. Well, they have to sing a song.
Yeah, of course.
But is it gonna be the same song? They're gonna fucking sing "I Put a Spell on You" again?
They're gonna sing a fucking Lady Gaga song. They're gonna say
Lady Gaga.
"Poker Face."
God.
What if that's half an hour of the movie is just them singing on stage? It's a 30-minute setup to get them on the stage for 30 minutes and then another 30 minutes of them killing them. It's the whole movie.
I'm just dreading it because I love Hocus Pocus. The thing about Hocus Pocus is it's a period movie.
Yeah.
And it can only be... it can't only be, but like... You got lightning in a bottle. That movie is great, and you could watch it anytime, and it's good. You don't need a sequel. Now you're mucking up the fucking franchise. Yeah,
the question is, like, how much about Hocus Pocus was good because you haven't seen a movie like that before? Like, you haven't seen a movie in which it's, like a fun Halloween movie that's not too spooky.
A family supernatural movie with stakes.
Yeah, that's like, it's like a fun thing, and, like, it's a comedy, it's kind of a horror, there's, like, spooky stuff, like... How many times have you seen a movie like that? And it's like not often. But now that we've seen Hocus Pocus and we've seen the trailer for Hocus Pocus 2, it's like, but I saw that movie and it was called Hocus Pocus in 1992 though.
Yeah. So like the thing is in Hocus Pocus 1 there was like a lot of jokes that adults could have fun with. Like there was the fake cop. there was everyone making fun of the virgin lighting the candle, and when I was a kid, I didn't know what a virgin was.
Yeah.
So I was just like, maybe that's...
Oh, maybe it means ugly. Wow, ugly guy's gotta light the candle.
Yeah, maybe he's ugly. Because what's funny, that I didn't know what that was, and I didn't know, like, he didn't have sex. The little sister made fun of him like she wasn't a virgin.
Wow.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, virgin lit the black flame candle," and you're looking at this young girl, and you're like, "Well, so are you."
Yeah, what? Shut up. She's like, I'm 9.
I'm 9 and not.
Oh.
And you're like,
Ew.
"Ew." Yeah. But then you have that, and then you have the over-the-top bullies.
Yeah.
Who get their comeuppance, and you like to see that, but you also like to see them be jackasses because they're really good at it.
Yeah.
Which is something you can't have in the this current movie.
Yeah.
Because it's bullying is less accepted now than it was back then.
Yep.
So it's something movies do that, but since this is a family movie, I don't think they could do it to that degree because they were like beating up little kids.
Yeah.
And they beat up the main character and took his shoes.
Yeah.
And
which, by the way, still the fucking coldest move of all time to be like, you're so weak and stupid, I'm gonna take your fucking shoes, dumbass. Oh.
And you got robbed by a guy who had the word ice shaved into his head. Fucking, oh my god. It's just a movie you can't do again. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you see Hocus Pocus and you're like, that was a great movie. You don't need another one. Because what else could they bring to the table?
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's... A lot of this movie is probably going to ride on jokes about modern technology. Well, okay, let me do this. Let me present you with a few things and give me the over-under on what you think it is going to be that a joke on that is going to be in the movie. Okay. How likely do you think it is that we're going to get an NFT joke?
Oh, God, yeah. Fucking the Sanderson sister. Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, so an NFT joke for sure, right? Snapchat filter or Instagram filter.
Yeah, they're going to get a hold of a phone
Face
and be
app.
like... God, yeah. They're going to get a hold of a phone and be like, what's this? And touch it, and then they're going to see fucking the spider.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, oh.
Or they're gonna like Facetune they'd be like, whoa, look how pretty I am.
They're like, I don't need children.
I have these.
Okay, go ahead. I can't.
I'm just or something with like AirPods or
God.
Yeah, or they're being tracked with an air tag or some shit like
no. Yeah. Also, like, are they gonna do the what's their new broom gonna be because they got stolen?
Yeah, good. It's a fucking Roomba.
Oh God, no! She's gonna be on a fucking T-post line.
She's gonna be surfing on a Roomba. Yeah. Get sick.
No, it has to be the fat one. What's her name? Mary or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one with the dark hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big girl. It's also funny. The hot one, I don't know her name. She's supposed to be hot and entice men, but like she's looking old. I mean,
that's what happened. People age.
No, I know people age, but witches don't.
Yeah.
I told this to Kobe before the show starts. I left a comment. I'm like, they need to suck the soul of a child because they're looking old in the neck.
It's this, again, it's been 30 years, and like I will never begrudge a woman for aging in Hollywood.
No, I won't either, and it's fine. They still look good for their age. They look really great in the trailer. But if their whole thing is to suck souls to look younger, like how's that gonna look?
I mean, yeah, it's a good question. Like, is it gonna start off with them like, obviously looking like they are their current age,
no.
and then like, are they gonna CGI their face backward?
So here's what I think they're gonna do, and like right now, just like mark this.
Okay.
I think what we saw in the trailer, so they can get people to watch, is the original actresses. they're gonna get a soul, and they got new actresses to play the young versions.
Oh no! What if that's it? What if the old actresses are only in it for 5 minutes?
That's it, dude. I call it right now. That's what they're gonna do.
Oh,
That's how they're getting people to come see it. They're not. Dude, I wonder if the IMB's out, if they have that.
Yeah, if they've got like young Sanderson in the movie for an hour and a half, and you're like, whoa,
dude. That's it. That's what it is. That's what they're gonna do.
I'm willing to take that bet that's not what's going to happen. I'm willing to bet that the original actresses are going to stay in it the whole time, and that like if they de-age them, it's going to be CGI or fucking Snapchat filters.
Dude, but it's a decom. You know it's going to Disney Plus. They're not going to spend that much money on it.
That's a good point. If it's going straight over to Disney Plus. It's hard. It's hard to know.
There's also no, because that's their thing. They have to kill children. I
do wonder if they're still going to be like, just straight up like, no, we're going to straight up murder these kids in this new movie.
We're stealing kids to murder them. I was going to say, I'm like, are they going to change that? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, only time will tell, and it's only a few months till October, so.
Yeah. I mean, we're rapidly approaching fucking Sanderson Sisters Part 2 time.
We'll watch it and we'll find out. But man, in my heart of hearts, that I know is gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm betting that it won't, and I'm betting that the movie is probably gonna be better than you think, but exactly as corny as I think. And I'm going to be like, wow, this is nothing. This is a fine movie, but it is not like a great Hocus Pocus movie.
It's fine if it wasn't tied to this franchise. Mm-hmm. So
if they brought this movie out and just called it something else, and then we're like, hey, this is a lot like Hocus Pocus.
Dude, you know what it's going to be? Do you know that old DCOM Witches?
Yeah.
They made a remake, did you know?
I didn't.
Yeah, they did, and no one liked it. It didn't do anything different, and no one liked it.
What about Halloween Town 2023, baby?
Yeah. Okay, that would be more fun because that movie is kind of goofy already.
Yeah.
So it would be fine, but not Hocus Pocus 2.
You don't take Hocus Pocus from me.
I'm not even fucking one of those nostalgia people clutching pearls, but like... That's a movie that you can't continue.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies like that where, because, okay, perfect example, when they were like, oh, hey, we're going to make another Independence Day. I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? It was a great movie.
You know why it worked in the 90s? Because everything was fucking hokey back then. It was goofy. But, like, in part 2, what can you do that can surpass that?
Yeah, nothing. They're like, well, there's more aliens. Because, like... A lot of the thing about like the plot of a movie and like how the structure of a movie is that it's surprising. So like concept of Independence Day, aliens come to Earth and we're gonna fight them, right?
Yeah.
You don't know how we're gonna beat them. You don't know who the main characters are, where they work. You don't know those things. You get in and like you experience this character narrative. And you're like, oh, that's great. And then for fucking Independence Day 2, you're like, well, I know all the setup, and I know all these guys are going to fucking come back, because of course they're going to, because that's what happens in movies like this, so like...
Except Will Smith didn't come back.
Will Smith didn't come back, and, I mean, I was going to say to its detriment, but probably not.
No,
I mean, the thing is...
It was still bad.
Yeah, Will Smith is... Man... Man, I just wish Will Smith was better. You know, like, Will Smith used to be great. The thing is, what if that's what it is? What if it's not that Will Smith is bad? It's just that, like, the
Will
zeitgeist...
Smith was never good.
Yeah, it's that Will Smith was never good, and the 90s wasn't good either. And he was just, like, the biggest star in, like, the 90s and early 2000s because he wasn't good. And they were like, you're perfect for these movies, because they're not good either.
Because he was the least not good.
Yeah. And then finally, like, we move on to, like, oh, we've got, like, better technology and like better written stories, and like now we figured out how to be like really funny and relatable in a movie, and like Marvel's like really figured it out. And then they're like, what if we put Will Smith in it? And fucking Kevin Feige is like, what if we didn't?
Yeah,
what if, hold on that one.
I don't want that.
Yeah, actually no.
But don't tell me that, because like I like a lot of the 90s and old movies.
Yeah.
Like I like The Hook. And
Hook's
that's a movie that I wouldn't want to see again.
No. Number one, like, obviously Robin Williams. Even if Robin Williams was alive and they were like, we're going to do Hook Part 2 and it's fucking Dustin Hoffman's back.
No.
He crawls out of the alligator or whatever.
He doesn't even have to have old paint. He's just fucking...
fucking, and it's old Pan and fucking... Some they take Pan's grandchildren and it's fucking Pan's like adult child that doesn't believe in Neverland.
It's not even Pan, it's the kid at the end of the baby at the end of the movie. He's the new Pan.
He's Pan 2. Here he is.
Pan 2 Electric Boogaloo.
And then he consults with the old Pan, like, old man Pan. Old Pan, what do I do? And he's like, Robin Williams is like, oh, you gotta believe.
You go back to Neverland and there's old Rufio.
Rufio.
Yes! Fucking Dante Bosco's still around.
Yeah, Dante Bosco would do it in a fucking heartbeat. If somebody was like, Dante, you have the opportunity to let me preface this. I know how excited you're going to be. You're not going to get paid for this. You're actually going to have to pay them $20,000. But you do get to be Rufio again. Yes.
I don't care. Here's 40.
I mean, here's 40. Double my time in the movie.
But we don't want to see that again.
Yeah.
Like, that's sad, almost.
As much as I would love to see fucking Rufio again, to have, like... Again, you didn't know what Hook was going to be. Like, you went into Hook and were like, oh, this is amazing. This, like, whole world is opening up to me. And, like, this is, like, a new take on this. Yeah. And if you do a sequel to a movie like that, it's like, we've shown you the world.
Yeah.
You're going to do something else in it?
We've established the world that you've seen. And here's the thing. Like, people don't even like that movie. Which is weird to me.
It's very strange. Like, I don't understand how someone cannot like Hook. Hook is like an incredible movie.
Yeah, like I always see like reviews online. They're like, "Oh, Hook's so bad." I'm like, "What's bad about it?"
Yeah, shut up.
Well, I mean, it's cheesy, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's well acted. Dustin Hoffman, it's great.
Yeah.
The sets are elaborate and great.
Dustin Hoffman and Bob Hoskins are incredible together.
God. Yes, Bob Hoskins fucking acting his life out.
Yeah.
And then Robin Williams doing a good job.
Yeah.
The sets are real elaborate. We get Rufio.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
to be fair, if that movie was coming out now, right? And then, imagine this movie didn't come out, and it's just now coming out this year. And then we watch the trailer. I guarantee you, the both of us would be like, who's this fucking Rufio kid?
Did you see? I think his name was Rufio.
Did you see this piece of shit with his dumb red mohawk? And he's like, fucking substitute math teacher. Stupid. I'm gonna hate that kid.
Oh no, that's I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah,
but like it's different because like we didn't. I don't even want to say movies were better back then.
Yeah, okay. Movies were better back then because you hadn't seen as many movies.
Yes.
The thing is, now you've seen so many movies and you've experienced so much media that you're constantly comparing it to other things. So unless it's, I swear to you, and I use this phrase too much, it's like you have death grip on, because like, do you know what death grip is?
No.
Death grip is where you jerk off too much and you can't come anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that's what death grip is. You have death grip on your sense of movies because you've seen so many good things that like, now if a thing is just like kind of good, you're like, nah, that sucked ass. It has to be surprising and it has to be well acted and the sets have to be good and like everything has to come together for you to be like, wow, that was a great fucking movie.
I think people are tired of CG sets and stuff. We want like more traditional like sets, more traditional practical effects.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, in a lot of, because there's been a number of times where people have been like, hey, did you know that, like, this particular part of this movie is CG? And you just have no idea, because they do, like, particle simulations really good, or whatever. They still haven't nailed people yet.
Yeah. No, God, it's so uncanny.
I mean, it's getting so close. Like,
but you can tell.
Yeah, you can still very much tell.
Like, when they're next to someone that's not CG, you can it just, even if their clothes look real, their head doesn't.
Yeah.
Their hands don't.
And it's just like, it's the craziest thing is, like, humans have adapted to see faces really, really well, which is why, if you're, like, an artist, drawing a realistic face is the hardest shit on the planet. Because, like, and it's the same with hands. Because you can identify the shape and form of a person so easily. Just at a glance, you're like, that's not right. That's not right. I don't know what's not right about it, but I know it's not right. And it's hard to tell because you're like, oh, well, the palm should be like a millimeter longer, or like the fingers should be a little shorter, or like you're drawing this weird, or like the way that the shadow is cast on this side of the face is just, it's always a small thing, and getting that right in CG is almost impossible.
I think the thing with CG is the eyes always give it away.
Yeah.
The eyes are like brighter than they should be. And that gives it away, and the shading, of course, is right. And not the way it moves, because they usually mocap it.
Yeah.
But it moves just weird enough for it to be...
It's like, it's smooth, and there's also like no micro movements. Like whenever you're talking to somebody, like they're fidgeting with their face, like something is happening, they're like thinking about something, their eye twitches, they like their eyes dart around a little bit to like look at other stuff. Like capturing that is so hard.
I don't think we've gotten to the point where you could program that into like some kind of AI or something where they have like human what is it, like ADHD
mannerisms?
Mannerisms.
Like because you're effectively going for like, this is the perfect human. You have to add in imperfections, and those imperfections have to all work together and make sense for that character. It sucks. Like I feel for 3D artists out there that are like listening to this and they're like, but fuck you try it. Like I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I can't do it right now, but I'm also not trying to tell you to do it better.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's why we can understand.
Yeah, instead, don't.
Yeah. make it look bad.
Yeah, no, I know. Listen, I know that if I'm talking to a CG artist right now, I know that I'm asking you to not do your job. I know that I'm asking you to not.
I know you're not getting paid
to
enough.
not be employed. But like, come on, man, just like find someone that looks like young Luke Skywalker, and I'll forgive it. It's fine.
Oh God, I haven't seen The Mandalorian, but I have seen that scene, and
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's...
I mean, the thing is, it's very close. It's pretty good.
Oh, see, you had to preference that. It's pretty close.
It's pretty close. I mean, the same thing whenever I saw Leia in Rogue One. I was like, wow, this looks really good. And then she started talking, and I went, oh, it all fell apart. Damn, that sucks. Wow, I was like, wow, they did such a good... Oh, never mind.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even with fucking, what's his name? The rebel guy. Not the rebel, the Republic guy.
Yeah, with fucking Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah, Grand Moff Tarkin. Like, that's the thing.
He looked a ghastly man. Because, like, he has that face that looks like a gaunt Skeletor, man. Yeah. But whenever it's done in CG, you're like, that's not realistic.
Here's the thing.
No one looks like that, but he did.
Did. Why even have him in the script?
Why even have him in there?
Yeah,
what was his purpose?
For the one scene.
For the one scene in which he's like, this is your space station. This is my space station.
They had to, because he passed at that point. Mm-hmm. They had to get voice samples of him and make him say that.
Yeah,
that's. Oh man, I don't even.
Which, like, listen. As an engineer, that's a fucking cool engineering challenge. That's a damn fine thing to be like, I'm going to bring this man back to life to act in this scene. That's fucking hard, and that's cool.
It's hard. Okay, so yeah, you're right. It's hard and cool, but is it ethical?
Number one, is it ethical? Like, they had to have asked his family, and his family had to be like, yeah,
go ahead.
Or they asked his family, and his family went, no, and then Disney killed them. It's one of the two. I'm not sure which.
And, well, like, they asked his family, they said no, and they're like, well, we're going to do it anyway.
Well, we are going to do it anyway. Just shut the fuck up about it.
And you can't do anything.
Bye.
He's our character. And George at their fucking door explaining that.
George is there. He's like, oh, I don't know. The mouse says he's going to do it. He's always going to do it.
Look, I don't own the franchise anymore, but I will kill you for it.
I am their enforcer. They have me on staff as a bodyguard.
Yeah, this is what I do all day. I go to people's houses, ask their permission. When they say no, I kill them.
I kill them with my bare hands, and I never get caught.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask you again. Do you want this to be in the movie? I thought so.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So,
Do you have a Diet Coke I can have?
so that's time.
Yeah, that is our live podcast. I hope you enjoyed the echoey room, the dog barking, and my wife's keyboard tapping. So,
Well, I couldn't even hear that.
yeah, it's all good.
It's great. It's fun. You know what? This wasn't even like our 100 episode special. This was just for y'all.
Yeah, you know what? It's just because we love you so much.
We love you so much.
Yeah, so why don't rate us 5 stars?
Yeah, on YouTube, on Spotify, everything.
Download the podcast. Download the podcast 12 or 14 times.
They're not gonna do it now. We're like making out with their ears.
They're like, ew, ew, ew.
Oh, I don't want to hear them again.
Fucking, can you imagine, like, they're at that part of the podcast in the Starbucks line, and they're, like, grabbing their coffee. God, stop! Please stop!
They were all. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna. Oh no!
Oh,
Never
no!
mind.
Fucking rated 4 stars. Kissed my ears. Hated it.
Don't do that. 5 stars, please. I don't want people to know we kissed you. I'm embarrassed.
Don't tell my wife.
Yeah. YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, everything. Tim Hortons fucking rest stop. We're there too.
Yep. If you go into any Tim Hortons, all they play is us. Did you know that Tim Hortons is a collaboration with Justin Bieber? That's fucked up, right?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. So they have Timbits, which are donut holes, and then they have special flavored Timbits.
They're Justin Bieber holes.
No! It's actually worse than that. They're called Tim Biebs.
Oh, I'm leaving. I don't want to be here anymore. God, no, that's terrible. This is what I want y'all to do. Get all your Tim Biebs in
One spot.
in one spot. I want you to put Hocus Pocus on the TV. Hocus Pocus 2 when it comes out. Mm-hmm. I want you to sit down and go get them.
Yeah, go get them.
Oh no!
Fucking light the black candle
I
around the
want
Tim
you to
Biebs
light
to summon the Biebster sisters.
I was gonna say that to summon.
Just 3 versions of ugly Justin Bieber.
Oh no! Like in different parts of his life.
Yeah.
It's just. Oh, and you're gonna have like baby Justin Bieber. You're gonna be homeless Justin Bieber, and whatever he's doing now.
Yeah, fucking whatever he's doing. Who knows?
Oh man. You can listen to him in your sleep and just like he did that, right? Like that's what he asked people to do.
Yeah.
I want you to buy the song twice and listen in your sleep.
Yeah.
This song's for my wife.
Just listen to it.
I want to eat her butthole.
Listen, who doesn't want to eat her butthole? Like, that's not... It's fine.
The song made it clear, and now that's what I want to do, Justin. That's what you prompted me to do.
I slept with it, and I woke up and said, I need that butthole now.
Not even your wife anymore, just yours, Justin.
Yeah.
I want your beebs. God.
Bye.
Bye.